standing inside the Baltimore, Ohio Railroad at the B&O Railroad Museum in downtown Baltimore. This is where commercial railroading got its start in America. The B&O Railroad started in Baltimore. That's what the B stands for. And we went all the way to Ohio. I'm Paul Comfort, and on this episode of Transit Unplugged TV, we're going to take you inside railroading now here in Maryland. We're going to take you and show you the subway system, the commuter train. We're going to take you down in around Washington, D.C., being built by the Maryland MTA called the Purple Line. We'll spend time with CEO Holly Arnold, and she's going to ride with us all day and showcase all the things happening in public transit here in Maryland, where I got my start in transit. So it's a great blending of the two stories of public transportation. I actually ended up as the CEO of this agency, MTA. Holly and I used to work together. She's done such a tremendous job as CEO, now entering her 4th year here in the agency. We're going to show you also some of the great food in Lexington Market, the sports stadiums, and how you can ride transit to get there. This is a show you don't want to miss from my hometown, Maryland. So here at all the light rail stations and the subway stations and the bus stations, we've got playing music from the radio station that I started when I was here at MTA, WTTZ, FM 93.5, the only FM station in America run by a transit agency. I wanted to make sure we got our message out, vertically integrated. I didn't trust the local media to tell our whole story, the good news story. So 4 or 5 times an hour, transit updates, in-depth stories, and all day long, smooth jazz on WTTZ. You can listen to it yourself on the TuneIn app. Holly, I love riding light rail to get into like the ball games, Baltimore Orioles, the Ravens. But I got one question. How do I get there?
Take Baltimore Light Rail. It's the best way to get to the stadium right here.
All right, we're on board light rail. These vehicles are nice. These were refurbished, right?
Yeah, so they were refurbished over the past few years. The contract just finished up, and so basically soup to nuts, just completely new communications, seats, all that fun stuff.
That's amazing. But you said you got budget for new ones coming. What's the story there?
Yeah, so these are 30 plus years old and need to be replaced.
Right.
So they'll last us, for a few more years, but we are looking to replace them with modern low floor vehicles. We anticipate going out later this year and having the first cars in service in like 2030.
Okay, so 4 or 5 years?
Yep.
It takes that long now to get light rail vehicles?
It does.
You can't just go down to...
It's not like you go to Walmart and you pull a car off the shelf. You actually have to, it is a design build, right? So like each kind of property, it has to work in their system. And so we're going to be putting that out. It'll be design build working with the vehicle manufacturer. And
like, tell me about the size and scope of light rail, how many vehicles you have, that kind of stuff,
Yeah, so right now we have 52 vehicles.
Okay.
Light rail is a little over 30 miles long. We have 33 stations, goes from all the way up to Hunt Valley in the north, all the way down to BWI and Glen Burnie in the south end.
Right. I remember when I was way younger, when we had a guy named Governor Schaefer.
Yes.
And he's the one that got this going, and he wanted these light rail vehicles and this thing to be ready by the day Camden Yards opened.
April 2nd, 1992.
And that's the exact day it was ready, right?
Yes.
They were putting the last minute shine on it on the day it drove up,
Yep, no, but they made it happen. It's been in operation ever since. Lots of changes since then. I think it opened as a single track in a lot of areas, and so double track.
Yeah.
Adding additional vehicles, things like that to make it what it is today.
Good, yeah. So MTA is a pretty cool agency. You're a multimodal and run by your state, right? You're not like tell me about that and a little about the system.
Yeah, so we're fairly unique. We're a state agency, and really MTA is a statewide agency. We provide service throughout the entire state. So we have 6 modes here, primarily in the Baltimore region. We operate our core service, so that it's our light rail, metro subway. We run a bus system and a paratransit system kind of along with those modes. Statewide, we have a commuter bus system, actually one of the largest in the nation in terms of ridership, and we have 3 MARC commuter rail lines that provide service throughout the rest of the state.
And they go down to like Union Station in Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah, so
Great
we have
connectivity.
Yeah, so we got 3 MARC lines. So the Penn line operates on the Northeast Corridor, goes up into Northern Maryland down to D.C. Our Camden line hops between Baltimore and D.C., and then the Brunswick line actually goes from D.C. through Montgomery County all the way into West Virginia. So we do provide that multi-state service even.
Yeah. So now we're coming in. Looks like we're coming into, this is first the Ravens Stadium, M&T Stadium,
Yeah, so
right?
we come into Hamburg, so if you want to go to a Ravens game, you can jump off and you're literally right there.
I love it. And this is your intermodal connection point too with MARC.
Yes, with MARC. So we'll have MARC train here. And again, similar to the Ravens Stadium, you're just footsteps from the entrance to Camden. Yeah, so just, this is a connection over to our MARC train. So if
Okay.
you want to kind of come in, then jump down to DC, our MARC train stops here at Camden Station. We have the new station building that we've renovated, and it's a really fantastic option for our riders.
Oh yeah, this is great. I love being in Camden. I mean, this is like the place, right?
It's the best stadium in baseball. You can't beat it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where this was kind of one of the kickoffs of bringing, restoring old buildings, bringing baseball back into downtown instead of in a parking sewer somewhere out in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Like really kind of revitalizing the neighborhoods around it.
Yeah, and beautifully served. And somebody told me there's an interesting story about something that used to be in center field. You know that story?
Yeah, so I've been told that Babe Ruth's father used to have a bar here in center field. So when you think of like history,
yeah,
it really is.
This is the shrine then,
Yeah.
right, built around it. It's
Yeah.
amazing, man. Just outside of the warehouse at Camden Yards is the Camden train station. This station holds a very special place in American history. This is where our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, came through Baltimore, had to change his route so he wouldn't be hit by assassins on the way to his inauguration in 1861. At this station is where he was, and get this. Then later, he rode through this station to get to Gettysburg to give his most famous speech, the Gettysburg Address. And then sadly, after he was assassinated, the funeral pyre and all those people and his body came right through this station on the way to Springfield, Illinois. This station held a very special place in American history.
So we're going to head over to the National Aquarium next. We're going to jump on a bus. But I did want to point out that MTA and Baltimore City partnered on more than 12 miles of dedicated bus lanes here in the city. So you can see a red painted lane right here. So the city really just kind of rolled out the red carpet for us to help us speed up our buses.
Yeah, and has it worked?
It's worked. We've seen about a 10% speed improvement on our dedicated bus lanes. They're working on wayside enforcement for us as well, so it really is a great partnership there.
So you're really improving the reliability. I'm sure your surveys have shown, right? That's what people want?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, people want the bus or the train to show up when we say it's going to, and that has been the #1 focus of our agency.
Well, let's hop on the bus and maybe you can tell me some about your bus service. I know that's like the backbone, right?
It's the backbone of our system. We'd love to.
Yeah. So where are we headed now? We're on the bus.
So we're going to go through the Inner Harbor, heading to the National Aquarium, just a few stops from Camden Yards.
That's good. So tell me about bus service in Baltimore.
Bus really is the backbone of our system. About 70% of our riders use bus as their main form of transportation. So the importance of doing that and getting it right really matters for the agency.
And about totally, how many people ride the MTA in a year?
We did 68 million rides last year. We're on track to exceed that this year. Again, bus being that driver was over 50 million rides on the bus system.
Wow, that's amazing. And you've done a rebrand of the whole service called Link, Baltimore Link. Tell us about that a little bit.
I think you know a little bit about that, but
you were like, you and Kevin were the main people that made it happen.
Yeah, so Baltimore Link was really revisiting bus lines that hadn't been changed in more than 50 years and actually changing them to make sure that we're serving where people are living and working today. So we made those adjustments. And the other thing that did for us is allowed us to let people know that we're going to continue to change. And so every year since, we've made adjustments to serve new places, to adjust routes, to improve reliability and on-time performance, and we're continuing to make those adjustments.
So tell me about what's happened with Metro subways.
Yeah, so we are getting ready to replace the 40-plus-year-old vehicles on Metro with new modern vehicles. They've been testing for a little over a year, and later this year they're going to be going into service. I am so excited about that. It's just going to be such a game changer for our riders in terms of comfort and reliability, safety. We also have a new train control system, so we're moving from an old circuit-based to a CBTC, communications-based train control.
Okay.
So we will know where every train is at every second, which really helps with safety and reliability. And we'll be able to operate in automatic train operation, which will again be really fantastic for our riders.
Yeah, that's something. So tell me more about the subway itself.
So our subway goes from Owings Mills up in kind of northwest out in Baltimore County, all the way down into Johns Hopkins. So it serves the hospital. You can jump directly from the station into the hospital without having to go outside. Yeah, it's a really great opportunity for patients of the hospital as well as people who are working there, doctors, nurses, all those fun things. We got 14 stations throughout. One of the fun facts about Metro when they designed it is they looked at a different kind of art motif for each of the stations. So there's unique art
Like what's
that
behind you
was
right here.
commissioned. Yeah, so this is in Shot Tower. What is behind me here, they commissioned that, and each of the stations has its own unique art that has
great.
been installed.
All right, so we got on the Shot Tower. Where we headed, Holly?
We're going to take it 2 stops to Lexington Market and get off and visit the historic Lexington Market. We just got off at the Lexington Market station, which obviously gives us access to the historic Lexington Market, oldest in the U.S., opened in 1782, right there on the building.
And your operations control center is somewhere close by, right?
Yeah, so we're also, our OCC is right down the street here, so they get to kind of jump over to Lexington Market for lunch.
Have lunch, that's great. Well, let's do that ourselves.
Let's go.
All right, this is their Jumbo Lump award-winning crab cake. It won for a reason. Ray, man, thanks for having us here at your operations and maintenance facility in Grand Ridge for the Purple Line. It's happening, man.
We are so excited about it.
Yeah, tell me some about it.
So the Purple Line is a 16-mile light rail project that's going from Montgomery County to Prince George's County. We have 21 stations. 4 of those intersect with the WMATA system. This is a Maryland Transit Administration project. Those 4 stations we intersect with are Bethesda, New Carrollton, Silver Spring, and College Park. And we go right through the middle of University of Maryland campus, which is also interesting.
Ray, well, it's great to see this thing moving toward completion. As you know, when I was at the MTA, we were here at the kind of inception of this project.
Correct.
I mean, it's pretty exciting to have a brand new light rail system right near the nation's capital, huh?
No, it really is. Here in the Washington, D.C., Maryland area, this is new for the area, having a light rail system to go on the outer loop that's going around the D.C. area, connecting that what we call the spoke of WMATA, really allowing that east-west connection to get commuters to go in and out quicker and across the 16-line alignment.
So tell us about like how far along are you? How long is this going to take? What's the cost? That kind of a thing.
All right, we are more than 78% complete with the project. We just recently started our LRV dynamic testing this spring. Looking forward to bringing the rest of the cars that you see here down from Elmira, New York, down to the facility throughout this year. And then opening up for revenue service in late 2027, really to get the riders on what everyone's looking forward to.
That's great, Ray. So, like, what are you doing right now? They're in your facility here. You've got some of the cars here.
Correct. Yes, we have 8 of the light rail vehicles here in the facility.
Okay.
We're getting the yard ready for the operation and maintenance facility to start bringing in the cars. We're testing on the test track. It's 1 mile test track along Veterans Parkway right here. And then we'll start doing testing in different phases going across all the way to New Carrollton, starting in the summer and early fall of this year. So
That's great.
In addition to directly operating transit services, the MTA also helps fund and support locally operated transit systems around the state like this one, the RTA.
So we're here in Central Maryland, and this is where I used to work. I worked right on this property in an older building that's since been torn down. This is a much nicer facility. Can't wait to go inside and see it. Jason Kwan, the general manager, is going to show us around inside now in just a minute. But I operated services for 3 different states, Maryland, Virginia, and DC, if you want to call that a state, 3 different jurisdictions. And we had 10 different contracts. And we had a 2-story facility and an old trailer out back, and where we operated limo service. We had motor coach, all kinds of fun stuff. And so that was for Yellow Transportation when I worked for them. That became Connex, which became Veolia, which became Transdev, one of the world's, if not the world's largest transportation company. My boss at the time later became CEO of the Americas for that company. But now they got a great facility here. I was actually here when they did the ribbon cutting on this a few years back when I was CEO of the MTA in Baltimore. The MTA helps kind of fund and provide planning assistance to all these independent agencies around the state. 23 jurisdictions in Maryland. This is a good example of a mid-sized system. I can't wait to see what this building looks like now. Let's go inside with Jason. So tell us about your system itself, like how many buses, where you serve, all that.
So we serve Central Maryland. So our partners are Howard County, Anne Arundel County, Prince George's County, and the city of Laurel. So we have a fleet of, in maximum service, we'll have about 58 vehicles out on the road. We have 15 fixed routes and Paratransit that serves the whole area.
Okay. When I was here, we called it Connected Ride in Laurel, and in Howard County, it was Howard Area Transit to start with, and then Howard Transit Services. And we got that green color. We created Howard Green. Yeah.
Yes.
Way back when. So this is beautiful. This is much better than the facility I had.
Yeah.
All right, this is great. Yeah.
So Paul, we just started a new service this weekend. It's the Old Ellicott City Trolley Shuttle. So it runs throughout Old Ellicott City on Main Street.
Back when I was here, we were operating what was called the Georgetown Shuttle. We actually started it.
Okay.
So that was down there, yeah.
This is our fuel lane. So we have 3 lanes where all the vehicles pull in, and we have service workers that service the vehicle. They check the fluids, fuel them, and pull the fare boxes on them. And then the fare boxes go into a secure location where the money will get reconciled.
Yeah. So we're here around 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
This is a change of shift or the end of the day for your morning routes? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, so a lot of the paratransit service starts to wind down late this time of day. So you'll see vehicles start pulling in. That's why these are all cutaways.
They're paratransit.
Yes, a lot of our fixed routes don't end till 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And then you'll see them kind of pull in late night, all queuing up here. So to be serviced,
That's good.
Like the RTA in Central Maryland, every county in Maryland and many cities have their own locally operated transit systems. The MTA supports them through funding and technical support. We visited the state capital city of Annapolis to see their transit system in operation.
Marcus, I'm excited to be in Annapolis, in my home state capital. Thanks for having us here.
Well, Paul, thanks for coming, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to tell you a little bit about what we have here in the city, capital city of Annapolis.
And wouldn't you know it, while we were talking about it, a bus pulled up right beside us.
Is this your bus right here?
This is one of them.
Tell me about that.
The Magenta Shuttle is one of our free services. It's the downtown shuttle.
Okay.
It runs every single day, and it's free. What it does is connect the outer parking garages to the downtown Annapolis.
Okay.
What could be better than free?
So you like park your car and then you can get a shuttle downtown? Because parking here is limited.
It's limited, but we have a great new garage here with almost 540 spaces.
Is that the Hillman garage?
That's the Hillman garage right behind us. But the Park Place garage further down, this bus runs every 20 minutes.
That's great. Good headways. So tell us about your system generally.
Our system generally is Annapolis Transit. It's been in operation since about 1976, and we have what we call a rainbow route of service.
Okay.
Fixed route, complimentary ADA paratransit, and we're piloting go time or on-demand service.
This is one of the many park and ride lots across Maryland that the Maryland Transit Administration, the MTA, uses for their motor coaches that they contract in to take people from the suburbs into the cities like Washington, D.C., Annapolis, and Baltimore. It's called commuter bus service, just like there's a commuter train service. This one is in Queen Anne's County, my home county, and we're going to tell you more about Queen Anne's County on the next episode of Transit Unplugged TV. But this is what it looks like. People come in the morning, they park here between like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. They get on big motor coaches. They sit back, relax, close their eyes, or look at their emails, and then go over the Bay Bridge from here and go to the big cities.
Now back to Baltimore to the Metro train yard.
Joe, we were riding on the subway today, the Metro subway with Holly, and she told me you guys are getting the new car. So this is it, right?
This is it.
Beautiful. Tell me about it.
So we have all these new cars coming in. Some of the things that we're going to see is we're going to see more lighting. As you can see, they're much brighter than the legacy system. The windows are even bigger, so folks will be able to see more of the system as they go through the system. New design, new colors. We have yellow on the head of the train. So we're really excited about this. They're starting to pepper in. We have married pairs here already. So we're doing testing. We'll be doing commissioning throughout the year, and we hope to have all the new train cars out by December, so I think that's pretty good. Along with this new fleet, we're getting communications-based train control, CBTC. That will replace all of our wayside signaling, so it's radio-based. And some of the benefits of that are constant communications with the train. So we're able to tell where the train's at. We're not looking at track circuits anymore, an 80-foot length every time a train moves. We'll be able to pinpoint the train down to an inch. We also get telemetry off the train, so we can tell what's going on with the train, if there's any malfunctions, if the train stops, we can recover it faster. We can also look at maintenance, so then we get to kill some of this mean distance between failure, and we do more targeted maintenance and that kind of thing. So it's a revolution. Paul, one of the new things on the new trains is we have live look-in for our police department. So MTA has their own police force. We have about 180 officers, and they're spread out quite a bit. You know, we cover everywhere from Martinsburg, West Virginia, all the way up to Perryville on the MARC system. One of the other things is we have this Sky Eye trailer that goes up. This is actually watching our Wabash yard. We've had some fence breaches that we've had to take care of. So our police force is able to get assets like this. We have a drone program with the police department now, so they have a tethered drone that we can use for that kind of stuff. So they're moving progressively, big technology. We just rolled out body cams with our police force, so they have a body cam program now. So they're moving pretty good.
That's good. Joe, you know I really care about Paratransit, and tell us about your Paratransit system.
So Paratransit here to MTA runs about 3/4 of a mile from every fixed route that we have. Riders can come to us, they apply for the service, they go through our certification office, they come in, they get evaluated for the service, and then they get cleared to ride. It's operated by a couple different contractors. I think we have 3 contractors doing street service, and then we have a contractor who actually does the call center and the certification office. And we just went through a delivery of all brand new vehicles. So we as of this week, all brand new Ford cutaway vans for our mobility service. So
that's something. Ridership
is way up, as it is with all the modes, right? We've seen a big blossom in ridership, but mobility has really taken off. So we're very proud of that. We've gone through some bumps and it's performing really well.
That's great. It's so much fun to see that. We were down at the Purple Line, got to see all that.
Yep.
I mean, you guys have a lot going on, especially with rail and the new light rail cars coming. I mean, it's all amazing.
It's very exciting. Light rail's great because we get all new stops, not only just all new cars. We're going to low floor, so we got to change all the high blocks and all the platform heights. So within a decade, we will have a whole new transit system between battery electric bus, we're looking at hydrogen, and then with the rail cars.
Taco, it's great to be back in the Kirk Bus Garage. This was just ready to open when I left 8 years ago. What do you do here, and what are you doing in the garage?
As the director of Zero-Emission buses, we have 7 battery electric buses, so we're running a pilot program out of our Kirk division.
That's great. So tell me how it's going and what you got coming next.
So what we have going on, Paul, is we have the 7 in service now. As you see one right behind us. I have 20 more coming at the end of this year and starting the beginning of 2026, all being battery electric New Flyer buses.
That's great.
We're having 4 chargers added to Northwest when they will all be dual dispensers, and that gives us 8 dispensers.
That's great. Tell me about this mural. I love this mural.
So this is a mural that we did. It's a contest for all the kids from 7 to 18 years old. And as you see here, there's 9-year-old and a 15-year-old here. And we unveiled this on Earth Day.
Ah, that's great, man. I love it. Can we look inside?
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
All right, Falco, when I was in, I think it was when I was in Brisbane or Melbourne, whatever, I got to drive the battery electric bus all over the yard. It was awesome, man. Tell us a little about what makes a battery electric bus so cool.
So what makes them really cool, Paul, is we could be sitting on this bus right now, and this is exactly what it would sound like if it was running.
Silent.
You can't hear them. They're quiet. They're ride nicer, and they're great for the environment.
What a great time we've had showing you Baltimore's MTA, the Maryland Transit Administration, a unique statewide agency that has 6 modes and serves and helps the transit agencies in 23 jurisdictions around the state. With its CEO and Administrator Holly Arnold, this agency is working to even a brighter future with new service coming for the Purple Line and the Red Line and all kinds of great things happening here, funded by the state of Maryland. It is a great example of a statewide multimodal agency right here on Transit Unplugged TV.